Welcome to Pell's Fundamentals. You can find more videos just like this on our YouTube channel. The sources are all linked below. This is a Danish Commonwealth news report.
Oh, okay.
The date is Tuesday, January 28th, 2025.
All right.
Tensions are high between Denmark and the U.S. over Greenland's status.
Yeah.
And today, we'll break down exactly what's been happening.
Okay.
Denmark has taken a firm stance against any suggestion of Greenland being for sale.
Right.
Both the Foreign Minister, Lars Løkke Rasmussen, and the Defense Minister, Troels Lund Poulsen, have publicly stated this.
Yeah.
In fact, the Defense Minister has gone so far as to express concerns over the security implications of this situation.
Well, and I think that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
If you're Denmark
Hopefully
and you're looking at this and you're thinking, wait a minute, Greenland is part of the Kingdom of Denmark?
Right.
And the U.S. is making noises about buying it.
Yeah.
That's a security threat.
Absolutely.
So.
And it looks like Denmark has been actively seeking support from its European allies.
Yeah, they've been really busy.
Yeah.
Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has been meeting with a lot of different European leaders.
Okay.
Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz, France's President Emmanuel Macron, really trying to get everybody on the same page.
And what's been the response from these European leaders?
Well, it sounds like she's getting a lot of support.
Okay.
A lot of emphasis on respecting territorial sovereignty. Interestingly enough, France even offered to send troops to Greenland.
Wow, that's quite a statement. Did Denmark take them up on that offer?
I haven't seen anything that says they did.
Okay.
But it definitely shows you how seriously they're taking this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big deal
Absolutely.
to offer to send troops to another country.
Yeah.
So.
Beyond these diplomatic efforts, has Denmark taken any concrete actions?
Yeah, they've announced that they're going to increase their defense spending.
Okay.
Quite a bit, actually. And they've also entered into a multi-billion-dollar defense agreement with Greenland and the Faroe Islands.
Can you tell us more about this agreement?
Well, it looks like it's really going to strengthen Denmark's presence in the Arctic and the North Atlantic.
Okay.
And it includes provisions for 3 new Arctic ships.
Wow.
2 long-range surveillance drones,
Hey.
and enhanced satellite capacity.
So it sounds like Denmark is taking a multi-pronged approach to this situation, both diplomatically and militarily.
Yeah, for sure.
What has the response been from Greenland itself?
Well, Vivian Motzfeldt, Greenland's Minister for Independence and Foreign Affairs,
Okay.
has really stressed how important it is for Greenland to be involved in these agreements,
Okay.
especially given the current security climate,
Yeah.
with everything that's going on. It makes sense that they would want to make sure they have a seat at the table. It's definitely a complicated situation.
Yeah, it really is.
A lot of different perspectives.
Definitely. And speaking of different perspectives, we can't forget about the European Union's role in all of this.
Right.
Have they taken any action?
They have actually, they've invited the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio to Brussels for a meeting.
So kind of like a sit down.
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay.
Probably trying to de-escalate things a little bit. EU's foreign policy chief, Kaja Kallas.
Okay.
She has said that the EU supports Denmark and Greenland.
So the EU is standing with Denmark.
It seems that way, at least publicly.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though. Kallas also acknowledged that the new U.S. administration,
Okay.
it seems like they speak the language of transaction.
Right.
And she kind of hinted that the EU might have to do the same.
Wow. So that's a pretty big shift in how they're thinking about things.
Yeah, it is.
So what's the overall takeaway for our listener?
Well, I think this whole situation really highlights how the geopolitical landscape is changing. And it shows just how important Greenland is.
Right.
In this new reality.
And how does Greenland fit into all of this?
Well, they're really at the center of all of this. And they've got some tough decisions to make.
Yeah, I bet.
They want more autonomy.
Right.
But they also have to think about their security. And they have to manage their relationships with both Denmark and the U.S.
So a very delicate balancing act.
Exactly.
What are your final thoughts for our listeners?
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see what Greenland does.
Yeah.
Will they stick closer to Denmark? Will they try to forge their own path?
Right.
Will they get closer to the U.S.?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a story that's still developing.
Absolutely.
And it's going to have a big impact.
Yeah.
Not just on the Arctic region,
right,
but on the whole world.
It's certainly a situation with a lot at stake for everyone.
Definitely. A lot at stake. And it's a situation that bears close watching as it continues to unfold.
Well, this Danish Commonwealth news report has certainly been insightful. Thanks for guiding us through it.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. Always a good discussion.
That was your Danish Commonwealth News Report.